Hello, this is Urban Streets Company coming out to you from a crappy little shack in Pasadena, California. It's a lovely day. It is June 24th, a Wednesday of 2020. So today I am not going to be doing skateboarding. I'm going to be covering the topic of politics because I feel that we are missing out on basic news here in Los Angeles, California. Basic political news, and I want to refresh everybody's memory. So I'll be taking pauses as we speak. So this is me coming out to you from a crappy little shack and cafe, Pasadena, California. This is Urban Streets Company. So let me tell you what's going on in the media. The media is targeting Bolton's book, and the Supreme Court is trying to block it. So they actually wrote a repeal to actually pursue the book. But I believe that that Bolton could be some kind of person that's actually going to release this stuff that actually makes no sense to me, at least in my political party. So what's going on? Excuse me for one. So what is going on is that thank you. I believe Barron is saying something. Thank you. So what is going on is that this book is going to tell the truth, which I believe it's not. It has to do. CNN covered a document this week, which I pursued to contact Lieutenant General's office for sanctions of fraud on Social Security. So this is a little bit about what's going on. So the board of directors of FBI is under investigation because there is supposed to be a investigation in FBI with me, and they've been covering this over the past 4 years of Trump, that he contacted Russia and everybody. So Trump is our president. Please respect our president. That's just how I feel. So the thing that I was going on about was the Democratic and the Republican Party. So the way that this book is coming out, it's actually an act of a person that is telling the truth, which may not be telling the truth, from different political parties. What's going on right now is there's a radical party that is breaking down statues and saying democracy now in Washington, D.C. and everything. I've been calling Washington all week to actually make that claim. It's not even, Black Lives Matters. I gave my speech about Black Lives Matters last week. So if some of you customers, and not even customers, but some of you fans out there, if you guys want to go back and look at that, I think it's episode 6 or 5. So go back and read your notes. I think Black Lives Matters actually did make a push, but now we have all these radicals that are out there that are breaking these statues and everything, that are asking for too much, which these little young generations, like I brought up in my testimony. So I went out there and did some research. Those radicals are actually breaking down statues, doing whatever it can to break down all this stuff. And it is very, very sad. It's very, very sad what's going on right now with all these cities and everything. It is police brutality, but they do not need to take it that far because of the government and because people do not know what's going on. So I am Republican. So let me go on. So after I said I was a Republican, I was thinking that I am in the Republican Party, but I was in, what my job was the Obama administration, and I worked under the Obama administration since November 10th of 2012. If you would look up those papers from the Privacy Act, or the Act, sorry, there's someone bugging me on my phone. Please be careful of me. So it is an act of the Obama administration that they covered up. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So I was very, very lied to, very, very manipulated. But I found out, I have done some cool stuff with the Obama administration, but I believe now that they're covering it up so bad that they cannot even uncover it. So I'm telling the truth about it. So I got elected in November 10th, 2012, and my job was to sit underneath the presidency as a military law person, which makes sense, because if you go to Central Intelligence, if you find the Central Intelligence how to apply, I just applied to Central Intelligence. So I found my position underneath Central Intelligence. Central Intelligence does not want anything to do with me anymore. They blocked me with my claim this week, which I had to make a claim. So with my position, I actually passed. This is the cool thing. So all the nights that I went crying to sleep, and I'm still am under the median line and everything. I'm still under the median line in our world. I live off of $700 and I have my own apartment somehow and try to work. So it is Social Security fraud. It really is Social Security fraud. I've had so much fraud happen to me in the past. So, give me 1 second. So, going on. Fuck out. So, excuse my language. So, going on with what I was saying. So, the Obama administration had, I passed the Obamacare Act. I've actually talked with the DNI and wireless surveillance with Obama for many, many years. I had wrongdoing, he had his wrongdoing. The Obama administration is underneath this belt and conspiracy. So is Biden, so is Trump, so is everybody else. And I went ahead and did all that, and I'm finding out the true meaning with this book and everybody with the media, and they're telling everybody in the media is telling the truth. So I am that person that everybody's looking for. If you would look at the political parties and look at the articles and read them, I am that person of interest that they're talking about. So going on, back in 2008 when we had the polls for each state in November of 2018, I was very, very manipulated by San Gabriel Valley as a person that I was not. And so on top of that, so I live a double life with this DNI wireless surveillance. So going on, in 2008, I got kicked out of California. I moved, but I was originally kicked out by Mr. Obama, and I realized if you turn to the Trump administration, and they will tell you that Operation Hurricane was brought to you by the Democrats to win the Democratic poll. And I was very, very abused by the Democrats because they wanted to win. So I left there. I left California to live homeless in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, which I started noticing that all that political stuff in the news was fake and fake and fake. So the Democrats would win. So Mike Pompeo is part of, in Florida, is part of that hurricane. So they're doing investigations on all these people. So the cool thing about it is I haven't been found. And once I be found, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I'm living here in Pasadena, California, and they're screwing around me. So in my head, and they think that it's funny to do this to I was 20 years old when I first noticed that I was DNI and wireless surveillance positive, and there was Social Security Act that they did fraud on. So going on to the November 11th. So we voted early. We voted in these states early at November 12th, November 12th of 2018, and the polls took place until that was early polls. Excuse me. And the real polls were actually manipulated, I believe, by the Democrats out there on November 21st, which then they never got through because we had electronical things going on, electronical things. So going on with that, I have a special request. I have someone in my ear that wants me to say hi to Baron, which is, I think Baron is what? How old are you? 13 to 15 years old. Hello, Baron. How are you? That was just a special request from someone in my ear. So going on with the political parties, I did see the whole thing, and I recorded the whole thing, which is in copyright sanctions. So I copyrighted the Trump trial, which is unbelievable because the way that I acted towards Congress and my position was very, very wrongful the way I came out. But you gotta remember, I did not know that I was a person that was underneath the Democrats in these political polls for so long that I got lied to. Once I found out the truth, that's when the Trump trial happened, and I ended up copyrighting all this stuff, using not illegal drugs, but substances where I was using substances, and I did wrong doing these tips. So they came out with the political party, and the media kind of attacked me, but they kind of helped me. So going on with that, I think this book that the political parties are going to come out with is, I hope they are going to tell the truth. I hope they want to tell the truth and everything like that. I wish that one day that someone would actually tell me that it's okay. I grew up in a ball because the political parties actually abuse myself and use me for special operations. Unfortunately, I do not hold that position under the presidency. So I left that job when I found out, and Trump was very, very upset at me because I smoked marijuana, which CNN came out with that yesterday. So this is Urban Cheese Company coming out to you from a crappy little shack in Pasadena, California. This is my little way of getting it out there. So believe it or not, I am that person. Urban Cheese Company. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you, audience. Have a good day. Bye-bye.